now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. Ron here at AbleSys. Let's jump in and take a look at the charts and the signals. Outstanding week. I mean, it just doesn't get a whole lot better than this week. It just was pretty amazing. The signals have just been really, really helpful. And what was really nice, and I'll start off with this chart here. I like to look at this one. This is a chart I like to look at. And I talked about this on Tuesday. We're making this a 130-minute daily chart. 130 minutes. It's just a tick more than 2 hour daily. The reason, there's 390 trading minutes in a day, and 130 goes exactly even 3 times. So you get 3 price bars per day. That's why each one of these black line is a new day. See, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this week, it was only a 4-day week because there's no market tomorrow for Good Friday. This week was the biggest gain in the market in 90 years. I don't know where it came from because if you go by emotion or you go by your feelings or your thoughts, I would have never figured that with what's going on, which is why you just have to trade the charts and you got to put your emotions aside and not go by your feelings or what you read or what you hear, because the charts are just fantastic. Not perfect, so don't want to mislead anyone. I'll guarantee you they'll be losing trades, that's for sure. But you can see here, I mean, just a beautiful buy signal on Monday morning after the big gap up, which is a hard one to take because it really gapped up. I mean, Monday morning opened up huge, very strong. It just kept going like a rocket all week long, and I mean like a rocket ship. Just didn't want to go down, and just straight up. So just a cool, just a crazy week. But this this swing trade chart, because it's such a fast market. Normally a daily, weekly would be great, but it's just moving too fast. So you just got to knock it down a little bit. This is my favorite swing trade chart. Again, 130 minutes. By default, it says 120, so you just have to change it to 130 minutes. This is just for stocks, not for futures. Just change the 120 to a 130. And then I'm using here stock market hours. Being near New York on the East Coast, so it's 9:30 to 1600. You just set that to whatever you like. You can also put it on 24 hours because the SPY and the Qs and all the indices actually trade. They don't trade 24 hours, but they trade close to that. So if you like, you can even do that. You want to do that, you can do that too. If you like to look at the pre-market and aftermarket and some of the overnight, the signals will be a little bit different. But if you don't trade that, you don't look at that, that either way is fine. Just whatever you start with, you just have to stick with that. And this is the actual market session, 6.5 hours per day. So really, really helpful chart, as you can see. I mean, obviously, picked up the big downtrend, a couple of weeks ago, and now did have a buy signal here because we're looking for triple confirmation. Remember, got to have that triple confirmation, which means blue bar, blue 2-hour dot, and a blue week and a blue daily X. Here's the triple confirmation you look for. And the daily signal was long for 2 weeks now, even though it actually kind of was going sideways and even went down here. The daily signal was still up, still telling us, hey, we're in an uptrend now. This is AbleTrend TS on the lower time frame and AbleTrend 3 on the daily on this chart. So if you go File, Open Workspace, it'll be saved there. Everybody has that as a template. And if you don't, just re-download the program today. We've always updating it, especially lately. We've been updating it a lot, about once a week. So really, really good stuff. I mean, just amazing. This is the intraday. This is the mini NASDAQ, and you can work just fine for any other market. I'm just going to pull up the 1 minute. This is the 1, 2, 3 chart, but really the 1 and 3 is what you need. The 1 and 3. the bigger X, the 3 minute. You just have to have the 1 minute and the 3 minute agree. That's your triple confirmation. I add the 2 minute also, because of, I just assume people, if you're an experienced trader, experienced AbleTrend trader, I like to add the 2 minute also just for a little more confirmation, but not needed. The 1 and 3 is really what you need. That's exactly what you would need. First trade of the day, we're going to wind up losing a little bit on this trade because there's your triple confirmation right there, a couple of minutes after the market opens. And that's a perfect triple confirmation trade. Stop goes 1 point below the bottom of the blue bar, shoots up real quick, looking real good at first, turns around, comes back down, and we get stopped out. So we lost on that first trade of the day. But boy, we got that back and a whole lot more on the second trade. Right there, there's your triple confirmation trade. There's your red bar, red 1 minute. You also had a red 2 minute, not that it's needed, but it's nice to have that too. And then the red 3 minute, the big X. You need the big X and the small dot and the same color of the bar. That's all you need, nothing else. Nothing else. Red bar, red small dot, and a red bar. To go short, blue bar, blue small dot, and a blue big X to go long. What does that mean? The 1 minute and 3 minute are in agreement. That's what that means. There's no other combination that you can say, well, how about that? No, nothing else. That's the only combination where you buy or sell short. Nothing else. So that covers that. Now, why I like this here is the red bar closes below the blue support points. Very important. It closes below. So that really is nice that we broke below support. And this thing just took off like a rocket to the downside, although it really came back quick. And 1 point above, there's your 2 green stop. 1 point above the top of the green bar, and we'd be stopped out right exactly there. But I mean, from here, where the entry is, 8250. Let me move some things out of the way here. 8250. Wow, 8200. Wow, 50-point winner AbleTrend gave everybody. That's $1,000. It's $20 a point, just trading one lot. That's a beauty right there. Oof, nice. No trade zone right in there. No trade zone. This is the reason I put the 2 minute on the chart, because we didn't take that trade. If you don't have the 2 minute, you actually would have. But we don't take that trade because obviously we would never go short with anything blue below it. Blue and red are complete opposite trends. We never buy if there's anything red above it, like right here, no trade. Right here, no trade. There's your triple confirmation trade. Perfect trade. And it's below the 2 minute. Perfect. Red bar, red 1 minute, red 2 minute. That's just an extra. That's like a bonus. Don't have to have it. The 2 minute is your bonus minutes. And then, of course, the 3 minute, which we've had all morning. And at the close of this bar, or technically the open of the next bar, we would get short. Stop goes 1 point above the top of the red bar, and we really break about even on that trade. Started off good, turned around and came back. We actually lost a couple of points on that trade. No trade zone again, and there's your perfect textbook triple confirmation buy signal. Blue bar, blue 1 minute dot, blue 3 minute at cross. And the 2 minute was even a bonus. Absolutely perfect. Stop goes 1 point up below the bottom of the blue bar. Wind up getting we almost wound up. I was going to say we almost wound up getting stopped out here. But of course we didn't, because the stop at that point was moved from 82.15 to 82.22. Because here's the second lower blue dot below the price. Not the first one. There's the second. You say, well, what about the 2 green bars? Well, we're only winning 5 points at that point. No 2 green bar stop if you're only winning 5 points. You'd like to be winning at least 10 or more before we use the 2 green bar stop. I mean, what are you protecting? There's not much to protect there. However, it takes off from there. And this market is in such a super strong uptrend. Wow, I haven't seen too many strong uptrends like this. But then again, the market gained more this week than it ever did in the past 90 years. That's how strong of an uptrend it was. So up we go. Obviously, we're out here on the red bar, red dot. And it turned out to be maybe about a 10-point winner. It's still $200, but we were really doing good at one point, and they just pulled back fast. Clearly, it's a super fast market. No trade, no trade zone there, but there's your triple confirmation trade. Technically, it comes in right there. I like to be just a little more careful. I just want to see it above this red resistance. I want to see it punch through and close. That's why we use open, high, low, close bars. We want it, the little line that sticks out to the right is the close. We get into the open of the next bar. We wind up losing a couple points in that because we're stopped out right there. These dots are slightly lower. So lost a little bit. And that was the dead zone. Normally we wouldn't trade then, but I want to point out that was a valid losing trade. And the dead zone's really been pretty good lately. So I'm going to count that as a losing trade. No trade zone here, obviously. There's another triple confirmation sell signal. Let's see how we did. Almost gets stopped out here, real close, bounces right off of that red dot. It's just amazing. It's amazing how accurate these dots are. It can be scary sometimes. Dead zone is optional, but obviously, when with this great volatility, it's definitely been good. Dead zone when you're above 20 VIX and we're like in the 40s and 50s, boy, the dead zone's in play. But that's optional. Everybody can do whatever they feel they're comfortable with at that time. Shorts there. There's your 2 green because we're winning a bunch of money at that point, and we'd be stopped out right there. Stop out. So we're stopped out at about 82.30. We're long at 45. Let's even call it 40. Hey, that's a 20-point winner. That's another $400 per one contract traded. So up obviously a pile of money here today, and this was one of the best weeks I've ever seen. I had people tell me they made enough money just trading one contract all week long. Emotions aside, just being like a robot, taking all the trades, made enough money to pay for a lifetime license in 1 week. Normally, that's not going to happen for a couple of months, to be realistic, but this was a special week. Triple confirmation short right there. Stop goes 1 point above. There's your 2 greens because we're like 30 points in profit. There's the 2 greens. The stop goes there. We're stopped out there. So we're short at 8,200, and we pick up about 20 points on that trade. Another 400 on top of the probably about 1,500 already for the day. No trade zone. Losing trade here. That's a valid triple confirmation trade. Turned around and gave back about 15 points right there. Clearly, the very next bar, stop out. And then it got really choppy at the end of the day. Keep in mind, there's no trading tomorrow. So, 3-day weekend, the last half hour, it's going to be a little crazy. But let's take a look. Another losing trade. No, that's not a 3-minute. Sorry, that's a 2-minute. There it is. There's the 3-minute. There's the 1 minute. There's the blue bar. There's the 1 minute dot. 3-minute signal. Long over there. Stop out right there because the stop would have been 1 point below the bottom of the bar, and that's the end of the day. Technically speaking, we had a little winner toward the end of the day. Not even going to count that because it was so late in the day. Unbelievable week. Unbelievable. I wish every week could be like this, but it's not. I mean, there's losing days too. You can count on that. I can guarantee you that. You're welcome, Deb, saying thank you for the webinars. What symbol do you use for daily SPY? You're viewing what symbol? Let me see if you understand your questions, Mike. What symbol do I use for daily SPY chart? SPY. You're viewing with the Infinity data feed. I'm just SPY. I'm not sure what you mean, or maybe I'm not clear in understanding that. Daily SPY would be SPY. If you're in a long position and see a big red X, not a sell signal, Would that be a sell at that point? No, there's only two reasons ever to get out of a trade: a stop out or a closed red bar. If you're in a long trade and it's going up, the only reason you would ever get out of the trade, it's only two exit rules. A big red bar that a 1 minute red bar that closes red, or a stop out. Gene, thanks, Ron, for your time. You're welcome. And oh wow, okay, great. Caught up on all the questions. Well, hope this was helpful for everyone. Just stick with it. Be like a robot. Take the trades. Hope next week is a good week too. I mean, this week was probably one of the best I've ever seen. Most importantly, stay safe and have a good weekend.